welcome or welcome back to my channel. This week I am going on vacation with my family and I thought it would be fun to see how much I can read on vacation. We're going to be going to Florida for my younger siblings' spring break vacation, so I'm just curious to see how much I'll read during the plane, travel time, like in the airport or in the hotel when I don't have much to be doing. I am coming into this week knowing I am in a little bit of a reading slump. With that being said, I have a ton of books that I have downloaded on my Kindle for the week, even though obviously I'm not going to read them all. This is a very soft TBR. I'm just hoping I read at least 1 to 2 books in this video, but like I said, we'll see how much I end up reading on vacation. I'll say my first book first because it's the only physical book I'm bringing. It's Just Friends by Heyy. This book came out earlier this month. I bought it on the debut day and yet I have not read it, so I'm hoping if I bring it, it might spark some motivation to pick this book up. There's nothing wrong with the book. I think I'm on chapter 3 or something like that. There's just nothing happening right now that's sparking my interest or keeping me engaged with it, but I'm hoping that this vacation will change that. I don't know, I have a lot of good books in here. I just downloaded every book I can think of that I have interest in. I'm gonna try to keep my TBR set to those books and like force myself to pick between those. These are the books that I will be picking from. Zodiac Academy. This book series is very popular, is very widely known, whether that in a negative way or a positive way, and I'm just very intrigued by all the discourse surrounding this book where people say it's like watching TV, it's bingeable, but it's terrible, or it's amazing in a bad way. I don't know. I'm interested. Just the way people speak about this series, I'm very interested. Lady of Darkness, I'm pretty interested to read as well. I'm 20% through this book. It's one that I picked up, I think, in January of this year, and I kind of stopped myself from continuing it because I was in the middle of another book, but I do want to continue. The Second Death of Loke, I don't know. I like that it's a fantasy book and it's a standalone. That's kind of why I downloaded it, just because I don't know how many new series I'm going to want to be starting while I'm on vacation. We Who Will Die, The Mistake, which is the second book, I believe, in the Off-Campus series. I'm 46% through that book already. I just stopped because the storyline is kind of boring, but I am interested in finishing it. Icebreaker, this book is one of the top, I think, hockey romance books that people talk about, and I was in a hockey romance kick whenever I downloaded it, so that's on here. The City of Souls and Sinners, I started this book series, I think, January 2025. I read the first book in a night. I stayed up all night reading it. I really liked it. I hated how the first book ended. I'm not somebody who's against spice, but after we spent an entire 1,000 pages, mind you, it's like 1,000 pages, 900 pages, I don't know, building up to this plot, we get to the plot within the last like chapter, we solve the plot, or we like have a big reveal. Instead of yapping about the big reveal and like learning like what just happened, we end the book on a spice scene. Why are we doing this right now? I don't know. It really irritated me. I was not interested, but I ended up picking up this book. I'm 21% through, and we start the book on a spice scene, pretty much. Rage. There's so much going on. Why? The Book of Azrael. I have been interested in this for a while. I just didn't want to start it for a long time. I don't know why. Don't know. My reasoning was because I'm in the middle of a lot of series. I keep continuing to start new series anyways, so I have no idea why I keep stopping that one. Next, I have a book called Love You Mean It. It's just like an easy, quick romance. Power Play, I have Heartless Hunter, This Woven Kingdom, The Wedding People, Daggermouth, The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue, and then I have A Tongue So Sweet and Deadly, A Promise So Bold and Broken, and A Bond So Fierce and Fragile. I just went ahead and downloaded the first 3 books of this series. Those are all the books that I have downloaded on my Kindle so that I can potentially read them in this video. Like I said, obviously in no way am I planning on reading all of these books. I'm hoping to read 1 or 2 of them, maybe 3. Yeah, and then before we get into the video, I'll just say I have already started A Tongue So Sweet and Deadly, which is why, naturally, I downloaded book 2 and 3, you know what I'm saying? I'm not that far into the book. I'm about 14% through. I'm already really engaged and enjoying where the book is taking us. I haven't learned that much yet. We're just barely learning about the main female character and her story and what brought her here today and what we're going to be reading about now. I'll read the synopsis and then we'll just get into the video. Have Faye Alicia could have everything. Since her magic allows her to compel anyone to do her bidding by merely looking into their eyes, the world was at her feet. But after a tragic accident, she is thrown into the Fey King's dungeon and forced to swear a blood oath to him, binding her to his service. Love a good blood oath, you know what I'm saying? 5 years later, she's living amongst humans in Elo and has created a life for herself as much as she can, with the king's promise to call in his debt looming over. When he finally comes to collect, she is made to infiltrate the human elections to determine whether the current region is involved in the strange things happening in the land of the Fae. Basically, she has to do it. He says she has to go do it. They have a blood oath. He says he's gonna free her if she goes and does it. So she goes and spies on the human region to figure out whatever the king wants her to figure out. She grows closer and builds this bond with the human region, and then also she's being watched over by this guard from the king, so he's there too. Okay, so that is what this video is going to be. I hope I at least can finish this book while I'm on vacation and we have something to talk about by the end of the video, but I will see you on vacation. I'm officially 16% through, and we just got to the point where the trials are starting and she's like officially joined like her quest, I guess, of the book. And I'm sensing love interest in Maverick or Merrick, whatever his name, Merrick. I'm sensing he's love interest. I know like Arno or whatever is supposed to be love interest, but no, I know it's not. It's either Merrick or the king. Somebody that she has this like, it's Merrick, because she has this like bond with him and like this blood bond. It's him. Okay, so it has been several hours since I last like popped my head in and said a few words to you guys, and I'm at the perfect stopping point to catch up and chat about what I've read so far and everything. But I thought I would do a little bit of a mall haul since we went to the mall today and we grabbed lunch, we went to the mall, we did some vacation-y things, and now it's raining. I did not realize it rains so much in Florida. And then I'll get into the book and where I'm at so far and all of my thoughts and feelings, because I haven't really had the perfect time to just come sit down and chat because I am on vacation with a family and I really just don't want to be chatting that much in front of them. Like,
I'm just not there yet. I'm not there yet. I got really not that much from the mall. We were there for 4 to 5 hours. I was exhausted. The longer we were there, obviously, naturally, I ended up buying things. So from Urban Outfitters, I got one item, which no one else seemed to like, but I thought was cute. It's just like this little polka dot top. Don't know. I'm kind of into polka dots lately, like the rest of the world. I don't know. It feels springy to me. And then from Aldo, I got, or Aldo, I don't know how to pronounce it. My first time ever buying anything from there, but I got these like shades. They kind of looks like these Miu Miu shades that I really like, but I don't want to spend $530 on them. So I got these and I think they're pretty cute. Okay, and then from Lululemon, which is obviously the biggest purchase of the day, I have a Hot Works membership now. Like I want to start working out. Maybe this would be my inspiration when I get back home to keep working out. I got this hoodie. I don't know if it's going to be worth it. Yeah, I have some hoodies from Aloe that I have completely written off as not worth it, would never buy again. But I am a person who really likes hoodies no matter the weather. So if I can find a nice quality hoodie that holds up well, then for me it's worth the money. Then I got this like matching set, this tank top, very cute, just navy blue and burgundy, and it matches the hoodie, is why I got this color hoodie. The matching leggings. That's everything that I got from the mall, if you cared. Now let's talk about the book, which is really why we're here. I'm at the point where very gloomy. It just finished reading and I have a feeling it's gonna rain again, and I just want to sit and binge and start book 2. Currently I'm on page 115, so I'm 25% through. I stopped right at chapter 19, so now she's gonna start her trials and start this like trial to see who's gonna come out and be the winner. I can't remember what the position is even for. I think it's something like a governor basically. I mean, she's really just doing it to spy to see if anybody has been being sus in the past, they're plotting against the king, like what's going on. So far, really interesting. I really like that we're taking our time building out the story. The main character, Lacia, we don't even know that much about her yet. Like she's just dropping bits and pieces of lore as we go. Like I'm on page 115 and I don't know her whole character. I don't know everything that drives her, and I kind of appreciate that. I'm enjoying learning about her as we go. I'm enjoying the world building and like the political standpoint being built into it as we go, instead of being like word salad everything at once, if that makes sense. The romantic side, I'm loving this because I didn't watch anything about this on TikTok. Just want it to be strictly blind. I'm loving it because who's the love interest? I have no idea yet. I have theories. So obviously we have the pre-established love interest, Ardo, her best friend, but he's like pre-established, so I'm ruling him out as a serious love interest, and he's barely in the book as of right now, so I just don't see him coming into the rest of the book as like a serious potential love interest. And if he is, I do not care for him, so you know. Second love interest, okay, this one's a little bit out there, the king, because he is evil, he's cruel, he's mean. But then my third one is Merrick. He's cruel, he's mean, but is he really? I've yet to see him do anything, and I feel like I just need to see a little bit more of his character, because I have a stinking suspicion that all of these mean things he's done and said to her was not his choice, and that he's just doing the king's bidding the same way she is, and he doesn't have a choice the same way she doesn't, and that he actually does have sympathy for her and he would love it to help her, and he like low-key has a crush on her, but he can't act on these things quite yet because he's doing the king's bidding, like I said, in the same way that she is doing the king's bidding. My next love interest, Loke, I don't know how to pronounce his name. He's obviously the love interest, but in a throwaway sense. I feel like it's not a spoiler because I'm predicting it, but he's coming onto the scene just to kind of keep you on your toes, make you consider, is that really the love interest? And I do think there's going to be love interesty things going on, but I don't think he's going to be endgame. I don't think he's the final one, but either way, I'm rooting for Merrick. I like him. He never looks her in the eye. He doesn't say too much. He doesn't do too much. He's just there. I'm really enjoying where I'm at so far. I know I talked way more about the love aspect and the political aspect of building, but I think it's just because I don't quite have a grasp on what the politics are. But so far, Fae versus humans. And long ago, there was a war. Nobody wants to repeat this war, right? The humans really, really dislike the Fae, but also the Fae kingdom, like the king or whatever, they're not very nice to have Fae. Nobody likes them. The humans don't like them. The Fae, the full Fae, don't like them. So we're living in this town that's really a human-based town, but Fae are kind of welcome here, and she's a part of the community. She's embedded herself into this community in this town. Except for now, all of a sudden, the humans are like, what are you doing here, you stupid bae? You don't belong here. Wow. I thought she was a part of the community. I thought she was a part of the town. Right now is the first time that we've just been sitting at the hotel, and I can just sit down and fully immerse myself in the story in this book and read. So I'm going to read several hundred pages and maybe finish. And I'm hoping Merrick is a love interest, but I think it's a love triangle, and I hate love triangles. I want Merrick to be the man. That's it. I think that's all I have to say. I've been reading for 2 seconds, but I also forgot that I wanted to mention, somehow Merrick always knows what she's feeling, what she's thinking, what the vibe is. I have a stinking suspicion that Merrick, in this bond that they have, works both ways, and somehow he can tell what she's thinking or how she's feeling, and at some point it's going to be reciprocated. Like, she's going to realize that there's like a tether between them, and then she's going to be able to tell how he's feeling or what she's thinking. I hope. Wait, let me reread the synopsis real quick. Okay, so maybe not. Maybe they're not tethered. I thought they were for a second there, but maybe not. Clearly the first interest, romantic interest, is the current regent and the brooding human. And then the second, I spoiled it, is probably Merrick, who is her fae guard, which is kind of all in here, but it clearly says she grows closer to the brooding human regent and secrets begin to unravel. Are you telling me he's a love interest? I mean, I would have known that if I would have just read the synopsis, but going into it, it feels like it's Merrick. Clearly, once Loesch, the human, comes into the scene, you're like, yeah, clearly they're building romance for you. But there's something with Merrick, too, I'm telling you. Guys, don't mistake this for the whole book being about romance. It's not. It's just me making it this way. Who do I like? Who am I supposed to choose? Who? I'm conflicted. Training every day?
So it has been a while since I've last updated you on anything in this video. It's honestly, I have been back from vacation for a little a little over a week now, but as you see, I am sick. I have been sick since I last spoke to you, or since I was like my last day on vacation onward. I have been terribly sick. One of the worst sicknesses I've ever gotten. I lost my voice. Today's like the third day or the second day of me getting my voice back almost to normal. So I never updated you guys on the ending of A Tongue So Sweet and Deadly, my rating, my review, if I started a second book. I thought I would just do that all here and now. I ended up reading and finishing A Tongue So Sweet and Deadly. I loved this book. I gave it a 4.5 star. I had so much fun reading it. Unfortunately, I'm starting to forget what it was about. We ended up following Lessa. We follow her through her experience of being ordered by her fae king to infiltrate the human elections and run for regent. So there's a current regent, and then there's a bunch of other people who's running for regent, including the current regent. And her job is to basically spy on Loesch, the current human regent, and see if there's anything that he's doing that's sketchy or that's against what the fae king wants him to do. And she's like blood oath to do this. She has no say in anything that she's doing. Whatever the king tells her to do, she must do. And not only is she being held to a blood oath, but she's being watched by Merrick. He's always standing nearby over her shoulder, as he has been ordered by the king to watch over her and make sure that she's getting the job done. Oh, and also she's half fae, so she's half human, half fae. The humans do not like that she's running for regent. Full fae don't like half fae, and humans don't like half fae. The half fae are kind of just like, you know, they're just existing. But also she's super powerful and she can compel anybody. Basically, like, you know, a vampire can look you in your eye and compel you. That is her magical power, but it's like extremely powerful. So while we're here, the election process is rigorous. It's dangerous. There's a lot of stuff happening as she's supposed to be learning all these details about the about the regent. There's all these like dangerous things happening, yada yada. We end book one with her kind of having this reveal. There are some twists in it, and I will say some of it is very much predictable. There was some where I'm like, I'm calling this, I'm calling this, I'm calling this, but it was like not really revealed in book one, but also kind of revealed where I was like predicting things, and then I was like, oh, I'm wrong. But then we get to book two, and I'm like, oh. There was a twist at the end of book one that made me be like, okay, obviously, naturally, I need to read book two. So then I picked up A Promise So Bold and Broken. I read it, I stayed up, and I read it all night long, knowing that we had to go to Animal Kingdom the next day. So I stayed up until 6 a.m. I took a 2-hour nap, and then we were up at Animal Kingdom. That's how in it I was with this book series. So I also rated this book a 4-star rating. And then obviously I'm not going to go too much in detail with book two because otherwise that's a spoiler. But in book two, you continue to follow Elisa, Merrick, and Loesch and all of her friends and just the community, the Fae, the humans, and their journey through this path of like post-elections and everything that they discovered and found out while she was running for elections and she was spying on everyone. Obviously there was a big reveal and there was information found from the spying, or not even from the spying. Some people already knew stuff that she didn't know and so on. So all of that information comes out, and then book two you get to experience everybody's like reactions to all of that information and just their journey figuring that out and what life looks like post elections. 4.5 stars. I really liked it. Loesch and Merrick are still in this book as well. And then you get into I will say there was predictions that I had in book one that didn't unravel in book two, but I could feel my theories solidifying. And then I picked up book three, and it's so good, guys. Like, this book series is so good. I highly recommend it. 43% through book three. I stopped myself because I wanted to be able to make this video at a good point. I read book three on the plane on the ride back, and then a little bit once I got home, so post vacation, but I didn't have any updates, or I didn't really want to speak because I mean, like, you can hear my voice now. It's not fully back to what I would want it to be before doing a whole video. So, but I had a really great time filming this video. I learned something about myself. I learned that on vacation, I really am a reader. Waiting for the check or whatever, I was reading my book. In the Ubering between places, I was reading my book. At breakfast, grabbing coffee, I was reading my book. In the hotel, when everybody else was like going their separate ways and decompressing from the day, I was reading my book. And I somehow was able to complete 2.5 books on this vacation with being sick and with most of our days being occupied. I mean, we had a travel day, then we spent one day where we were at Volcano Bay for 8 hours pretty much, and then the next day we went to the mall. We were at the mall for like 5 hours plus dinner. And then the third day we went to Animal Kingdom, and we were at Animal Kingdom from like 10 a.m. all the way till closing till 7:30 p.m. So I was doing packed days, and yet I finished 2.5 books. So thank you guys for watching this video. I guess the answer to my question, how much can I read on vacation, is about 2 to 2.5 books. Yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one.